Dr. Anthony Fauci didn't make Time magazine's Person of the Year in 2020. But this is how New York City artist Tim Okamura has portrayed Fauci the year the coronavirus pandemic hit.
And some of them you could see him looking kind of dejected. You could see him you could see Trump sort of in the background talking, and it was funny to see Fauci's expression and just trying to capture a sense of a sense of stoicism and intellect and thought, and sort of his presence in the pantheon of American sort of personalities that have been at the forefront during this pandemic.
Okamura has also focused on nurses.
I'm living across the street from Wyckoff Heights Medical Center, which is absolutely full of COVID patients, and in fact, where one of the first COVID patients in New York was treated, and also unfortunately passed away. Yeah. So I was seeing medical workers going in and out of the hospital daily. I was seeing their stress and the strain that they were going through.
Okamura adjusted his art to the new reality and learned to paint face masks and gloves. He dedicated special attention to the doctors' and nurses' name tags because most of their faces were covered with protective equipment.
As people, when we're trying to connect with somebody, you feel that there's kind of a barrier between you and that person, but the eyes are where you're going to find that interaction.
Jenny V can only be recognized when you look into her eyes. When she's at work, she always wears a mask. After working a 12-hour shift at a vaccination site, she says the vaccines offer hope.
It feels great because, it's signaling an end to a pandemic, hopefully, sooner rather than later. And it's nice to see that, people are coming in for it and, just excited to get it, just as excited as we are to give it.
NYU Langone Health lowered its flags to honor the COVID victims. Back in May, after V worked long hours fighting COVID, she found it hard to come down during her 2-hour drive home. That's when Okamura met her.
We were never taught in nursing school on how to handle a pandemic. So, when it hit, we were all, we were scared ourselves. We all have families, young children, elderly parents. And when the pandemic hit, we were just pretty much trying to figure out how to get by day to day.
V says while COVID vaccines are a light at the end of the tunnel is very long. She hasn't seen Okamura's portrait of her yet, just a picture on Instagram. When it's safe to do so, Okamura will give it to her as a gift, like he will gift the other portraits of medical workers as a way to give thanks and remember the pandemic's toll on human lives. For Vladimir Lenskiy in New York, Anna Rice, VOA News.